Yo, what's good? It's VBO. We out here in Long Beach and we tapped in with Asian Culture Co. I'm VBO. I'm an artist from Long Beach, Eastside, Cambodia town. Good and bad, you know. We had our little good times there. You know, it wasn't all too bad, but then we also had the bad side. I can say that it can be easy to get caught up in bad influence, but you know, we got good people out there too. So we had a lot of fun. There's different things you could do. Just gotta watch who you hang out with and who you pay attention to, who you follow, who you admire, you know. Cambodian, Vietnamese, and Chinese. I don't know the exact number, but it's about 12 to 14% Asians in Long Beach. So it's a pretty big community. VBO is actually a play on my real name, Manarong. It wasn't something that I had in mind. It was just when we did our first song, the homie said, you know, we're about to drop this song, so you gotta pick a name right now. And at the time, I was listening to a lot of J. Cole, and that's how it came up. J. Cole, Jermaine Cole, Manarongo. So it was just something I came up off the fly. Sneezy, he was like a mentor to me, you know. Even before that, he was like a big brother to me. We was neighbors, and I learned a lot just from watching him, how he moved on camera, how confident he was when he was spitting on the mic. Because when I first started, I was a little nervous, you know. It didn't come natural to me. It's something I had to work on. Yeah, I guess you can say that. It was more so, yeah, definitely he did. When I heard the song with Nipsey, Prince of the Hood, I just felt like it was a calling or something. Not growing up, we didn't make music growing up. We knew each other before both of us was doing music. We actually met on my old block where me and Sneezy stayed, all three of us. He was actually related to some of my peoples, but we didn't make no music growing up. We did end up making music later on our way up, when he was still grinding it out. I would say the biggest challenge is just trying to keep everything balanced, you know, with life and everything that goes on, especially like in the hood. And then I'm a parent too, so that's another challenge. And finding the right team. Generational curse. I think it's just one of those songs that was just hidden in me, you know, from everything that I went through, my experiences and everything that happened. And I remember the process when I made that song, or when I had the verse, the beginning, the first verse. I was actually at the homie's house and we was chilling. He just got out of jail. I was with some homies, and that's how the first verse started. That was before I even had the beat. I remember, you know, just looking at what the homies was talking about, and I stood up by myself and I walked to the corner next to the door, and I started mumbling the first verse before I even heard the beat. And I had like half of the verse, you know. I sit and listen to my looks while they plotting on who to smoke. Yeah, I mumbled that, and I kind of continued it on, and I just went back and sat down like nothing. And I remember one day I was just feeling like this real dark energy, and I just felt like I had to let it go. You know, I had to express myself or just air it out. And the first beat I found was the generational curse beat, and it just came out real natural. I mean, the first half of it is pretty explanatory. You know, never had nothing to give, learned to take, growing up in the hood and not having the right means, and you know, the family wasn't sufficient enough to provide at times. And the second part was based on like growing up in the 90s, which was like one of the worst eras of gangbanging, and there was a lot of racial tension back then. It's improved a lot though now, so that line was relevant to me, how I grew up in my childhood. It's calmed down a lot. It's definitely not as out there as it used to be. Like you would just walk around and you see it was like some shit popping off no matter where you go. It's not like that anymore, which is something that's good for the community. You know, and we didn't have the same sources of inspiration that we do now. You know, now I think the influence of like what you see is a lot different. Like even if you is growing up in a fucked up environment, you can see something else on YouTube and be inspired by a different role model or a different person, and that definitely has a lot to do with how it shapes you as a person. I actually didn't plan to shoot the video. It just kind of felt natural to do it, and that song, it wasn't even supposed to be on my album. It's just, it meant a lot to me because that's the song that kind of sparked my inspiration to start doing music. And I didn't visit the mural. It was actually taken from someone else that shot it on YouTube. So I chopped some clips up and put it in there because it makes sense. I did meet Nipsey. We went to his studio. We was buying beats. We was buying beats from his homie Rollo, and I think I was 19 or 20 at the time, so I was real young. I just started doing music, and it seemed like it happened immediately. And we went to his studio. They let us up there. It was in LA. And it was real cool. He was a cool dude. Yeah, actually, I was listening to his music. Was like the soundtrack to my life. As far as I was listening to him when he was doing the Bullets Ain't Got No Name series. So that's my favorite era of Nipsey, with the Bullets Ain't Got No Names. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. And to me, he was like Tupac. He impacted me the same way I listen to Tupac. Personally, yeah, I did it. I kind of questioned everything for a bit, and it kind of just made me feel like, damn. You know, you grind it out, and you go through all of this struggle to make it here, and then this happens to you, and yeah, it kind of left me stuck for a bit. But then when I seen they had the Peace Walk in LA, and like all the gangs was coming together and embracing his life and what he did and his legacy, it started to make more sense to me. I listen to a lot of music. far as hip hop artists, I would say Kendrick, definitely. Jay-Z, Nipsey, of course, Tupac. Bonkers is one of my favorite groups, or is my favorite group. A lot of West Coast artists. J. Cole, I was listening to J. Cole, even Drake too. Wiz Khalifa. I felt like he was always unique. He had his own style. And he was just himself. And I try to take that and adapt that to my music. And outside of hip hop, Young ABBlue is actually my favorite singer. Alicia Keys. I listen to a lot. As far as Asian artists, probably just the young homies from YSL and ABBlue. There's another homie named SCAs. You know, I just want to get in there and work with them and see how their process is in the studio. But I don't really listen to Asian artists. It's not that I don't like them. It's just, I think I'm used to listening to what I like. I just seen him as a young homie growing up. He was a young homie. So, you know, I kind of get to see him grow up and see him start rapping. You know, he was always around the hood and the homies. You know, I hear that. And it does. It keeps me going. And there was a lot of times where I just felt like I don't want to do shit musically, you know. And there was times when fans reached out to me when I'm like feeling low in those moments, and it would change my mood, you know. And fans telling me that they graduated from school listening to my music, or you know, it helps them get up every day, stuff like that. Definitely, it's empowering.